everyone. Myself, Dr. P.R. Shubhav, working as Professor and Head, EC Department. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about the conductors, dielectrics, wave propagation in good dielectrics. First, we'll define what is a conductor, what is a dielectric. So here in electromagnetics, materials are divided roughly into two classes, namely conductors and dielectrics. So dielectrics are also known as insulators. So here the dividing line between the classes is not sharp, and some media are considered as conductors in one part of the radio frequency range, but as dielectrics in another part of the range. We know that Maxwell equation. From Maxwell equation, we can derive some relation to divide the conductors and dielectrics. So here from Maxwell equations, we know that the first Maxwell equation, del cross H equal to J plus dou D by dou T, or del cross H equal to J plus D dot. J plus D dot. Here J is the current density. According to Point form of Ohm's law, here we can write J is equal to sigma into E, and D dot can be expressed as D dot is equal to, here we know that D is equal to epsilon E, therefore epsilon E dot. So dot is nothing but the dou by dou T. In place of dou by dou T, we can write the J omega term. Therefore it is J omega epsilon E. Therefore the Maxwell equation becomes sigma E plus J omega epsilon E. Sigma E plus J omega epsilon E. So the first term is known as the conduction term, conduction current density, and the second term is known as the displacement current density. The first term in the equation is known as the conduction current density. Second term is known as the displacement current density. So the ratio sigma by omega epsilon is therefore just the ratio of conduction current density to the displacement current density in the medium. So here, hence, the ratio sigma by omega epsilon equal to 1 can be considered to mark the dividing line between conductors and dielectrics. So for good conductors such as materials, sigma by omega epsilon is very much greater than unity over the entire radio frequency spectrum. For example, for copper, even at the relatively high frequency at around 30,000 megahertz, sigma by omega epsilon is about 3.5 into 10 power 8. For good dielectrics or insulators, sigma by omega epsilon is very much less than the unity in the radio frequency range. For example, for mica at audio or radio frequencies, sigma by omega epsilon is of the order of 0.0002. So here, depending upon the insulator or depending upon the conductor, here the value of sigma by omega epsilon will vary. So for good conductors, sigma and epsilon are nearly independent of frequency, but for most materials classed as dielectrics, the constants sigma and epsilon are functions of frequency. I repeat once again, for good conductors, sigma and epsilon are nearly independent of frequency. But for most materials classed as dielectrics, that is, for dielectric materials, sigma and epsilon are functions of frequency, or it is dependent upon the frequency. For dielectric materials, sigma and epsilon depends on frequency, whereas for good conductors, sigma and epsilon are nearly independent of frequency, Here the ratio sigma by omega epsilon is known as the dissipation factor, D. It is also denoted with D. It is known as the dissipation factor of a dielectric. For reasonably good dielectrics, those having small values of D, the dissipation factor are practically the same as the power factor of the dielectric material. So here, what is the power factor? The power factor of the dielectric material is equal to sin phi. We can denote in another way also. The power factor phi is equal to tan inverse D, where D is the dissipation factor. So dissipation factor and power factor differ by less than 1% when their values are less than 0.15. So this is very to remember. The dissipation factor and power factor differ by less than 1% when their values are less than 0.15. So this is about the conductors and dielectrics. Now we will discuss the wave propagation in good dielectrics. So for this case, we need to consider because it is a good dielectric, Here the dissipation factor, that is sigma by omega epsilon, is very less than 1. When sigma by omega epsilon is very less than 1, so that it is possible to write a very good approximation that here you need to assume the phase constant alpha and the attenuation constant alpha and the phase constant beta values. So let us assume the attenuation constant alpha. In that value, you assume the root of 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square. It is approximately equal to 1 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square. So it is by using the binomial expression. Apply binomial expression. Actually, it is in the form of 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square whole power 1 by 2. Then if you apply binomial expression, it is 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square 1 by 2 into sigma square epsilon square omega square epsilon square plus it is sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square whole square plus so on like that. So here after applying the binomial expression, ignore the all higher order terms, then consider the only lower order terms. Here if we consider the lower order terms, then we have 1 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square will be left. So therefore in place of root of 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square, we can write 1 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square. So where only the first two terms of the binomial expression have been used. So the expression for alpha becomes then automatically in place of root of 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square. Here I am writing directly 1 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square. Minus 1 is there. Minus 1 plus 1 cancel each other. Minus 1 plus 1 cancel each other. Therefore we have if we take out of the root, it is omega into sigma by 2 omega. 2 is already 2 is in root only. Out of the root, it is omega sigma by omega epsilon. So within the root, it is root of mu epsilon by 4. If we simplify the equation, here omega cancel each other. Therefore alpha is equal to sigma by 2 into root of mu by epsilon. So here this expression may be compared with the expression for attenuation factor of a low loss transmission line having zero resistance. So in that case, the expression for alpha is equal to, it is G by 2 into root of L by C, where G is the conductance, L is the inductance, C is the capacitance of a transmission line. Therefore, it can be expressed as alpha is equal to G by 2 into root of L by C, which is equal to G by 2 into, where L by C is nothing but characteristic impedance Z0. Okay, it can be compared with the G by 2 into Z0. It can be alpha, it can be compared with G by 2 into Z0. So here the expression is, here is sigma by 2 into root of mu by epsilon, sigma by 2 into root of mu by epsilon. Here root of mu by epsilon is also nothing but the characteristic impedance. So in place of here conductance sigma, here we have, here also we have G is there. In place of sigma, we have here G is there. It is the only difference between the previous equation and present equation. Now, here the expression for beta can be reduced in a similar manner. Apply binomial expression and write the substitute into phase constant equation. Then beta is equal to omega into root of mu epsilon by 2 into 1 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square plus 1. So here if we add the 1 plus 1, it is the equation becomes 2 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square. So here I am writing that same expression. It is mu epsilon by 2 into, it is 2 plus sigma square by 2 omega square epsilon square, which is under root. Then again, so if we take mu epsilon outside, root outside, it is root mu epsilon into, within the root, it is 1 plus sigma square by 4 omega square epsilon square. Or omega square epsilon square. Therefore, out of root already we have omega. Therefore, the equation for phase constant beta is equal to omega into root mu epsilon into root of 1 plus sigma square by 4 omega square epsilon square. So, same can be expressed using the binomial expression. Apply a binomial expression and ignore the higher order terms. Therefore, the equation becomes beta is equal to omega into root mu epsilon into 1 plus sigma square by 8 omega square epsilon square, where omega into root mu epsilon is the phase shift factor for the perfect dielectric material. So here the velocity of the wave in the dielectric is given by, the velocity can be given by, we know the velocity formula, V is equal to omega by beta, where omega is the angular frequency, beta is the phase shift constant. Therefore V is equal to omega by beta, which is equal to, from the previous equation, here we can write, we can modify that now, we can modify the equation as, here it is omega, V is equal to omega by beta, which is equal to, already previous equation is here, just I am writing the previous equation, beta is equal to omega into root mu epsilon into, here it is 1 plus sigma square by 8 omega square epsilon square. So here I am writing the expression for phase velocity. Therefore velocity V is equal to omega by beta. Therefore the equation becomes 1 by root mu epsilon into 1 by 1 plus sigma square by 8 omega square epsilon square. So here 1 by root mu epsilon can be 1 by root mu epsilon is nothing but the velocity V naught. Therefore here we can write velocity V equal to velocity V naught into, so here if we move the denominator to numerator part, here we can write 1 plus sigma square by 8 omega square epsilon square whole power minus 1. Again here we can apply the binomial theorem and we can ignore the higher order terms. Then the equation becomes V is equal to V naught into 1 minus sigma square by 8 omega square epsilon square. This is the final expression. So where V naught equal to 1 by root mu epsilon is the velocity of the wave in the dielectric when the conductivity is 0. Here the expression for the intrinsic or characteristic impedance of the medium which has a finite conductivity, is, it is eta. Eta is the intrinsic impedance. Here intrinsic impedance can be defined as eta is equal to root of j omega mu by sigma plus j omega epsilon. Is equal to j omega mu by sigma plus j omega epsilon. Therefore, from that equation, here if you take a common of j omega in the denominator part, j omega into 1 plus sigma by j omega epsilon. So here j omega cancel each other. Then the equation becomes root of mu by epsilon into 1 by 1 plus sigma by j omega epsilon. So here we can readjust the equation using the binomial theorem. So here root of mu by epsilon into, so here if we move the denominator to numerator part, so it becomes 1 plus sigma by j omega epsilon whole power minus 1 by 2. Apply binomial theorem and ignore the higher order terms. Then we have root of mu by epsilon into 1 minus sigma by 2j omega epsilon. So it is the expression for intrinsic impedance of a dielectric medium. So here we can move the j to numerator part. So it is 1 by j. 1 by j becomes minus j. Therefore minus positive. Therefore eta is equal to root of mu by epsilon into 1 plus j into sigma by 2 omega epsilon. If it is a dielectric material, when we assume a pure dielectric material, then the conductivity sigma becomes 0. When the conductivity sigma equal to 0, then the formula for intrinsic impedance eta is equal to root of mu by epsilon, which is equal to approximately 377 ohms, So this is about the wave propagation in good dielectrics. What is a conductor? What is a dielectric? How the wave can be propagated in a good dielectric material. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.